What's going on, everyone? Well, I don't know if you saw the latest interview with Prince Andrew that the BBC did, but oh, did it make him look bad. So bad that we get this story. Prince Andrew's PR advisor quits over BBC Epstein interview. This guy wasn't even there for that long, really. So that's pretty bad. I mean, this guy's a big public relations guy, and apparently, I don't know why they would have even let him do this interview. I'm glad they did, of course, but yeah, it must have been way too much to handle after the interview, because the guy he couldn't do it. He had to leave. Let's get into it. Britain's Prince Andrew lost a key public relations advisor over his decision to address allegations related to his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein during an interview with the BBC, multiple outlets report. PR guru Jason Stein started as the Prince's communications secretary in September amid allegations that Prince Andrew had slept with an American woman, Virginia Giuffre, when she was 17, something that the Prince denied in the BBC interview. Stein quit because of the interview, the Daily Mail and Sky News reported. BBC's Emily Maitlis, I hope I'm pronouncing that wrong, and if I am, sorry, asked Prince Andrew about Giuffre's allegations that they danced together at Tramp's nightclub in London, and later went to a house belonging to Ghislaine Maxwell to have sex in 2001. This is where it gets really, these were two great quotes to bring out from it, because, man. I have no recollection of ever meeting her. I'm convinced I was never in Tramps with her. There are a number of things wrong with her. I don't know where the bar is in Tramps. I don't drink. I don't think I've ever bought a drink in Tramps whenever I was there, he said. That's kind of a strange statement, the way he worded that. But, that couldn't have happened because the date being suggested, I was home with the children. On that particular day, I was home. I was with the children. I'd taken Beatrice to Pizza Express in Woking for a party. Going to Pizza Express in Woking is an unusual thing for me to do, Prince Andrew said. It doesn't sound like he's being really forthright. It sounds like he's trying to make up an excuse to hide the story that has come out. I don't know if I've met her, he later said on Giuffre. Prince Andrew said he can't explain a photo that shows him with his arm around Giuffre and suggested it might be fake. Well, I hold on one second. I don't think this photo's fake. Here's the photo. Here's the photo in question. Or there. I point here because I'm looking at it. But yeah, there's the photo in question. I've spent probably an abnormal amount of time looking at this photo, trying to see if I can spot anything that jumps out as it being even somewhat altered. And I tell you, I can't find it. I can't find it. I would love to hear your comments on it, But that's a legit photograph. That was, I don't know what he's really trying to say to us. But, yeah. It just doesn't seem, it doesn't seem like he can explain that one away as easy as he's trying to. Prince Andrew also said he did not regret his friendship with Epstein because of the opportunities he had learned from him. I would love to know what that was. What are those opportunities that you learned from someone like Jeffrey Epstein? A guy who seems to have made his fortune through extorting people like you. Because no one else can figure out how he made his money. Except for extortion. So I would love to be able to pick Prince Andrew's brain about these opportunities. Because what's alleged is Epstein would get these powerful men, he'd get them on his plane into his private island and seduce them with underage girls and videotape all this stuff so he would have blackmail on people. And he could just blackmail people to get them to pay him. So, like I said, I'd love to know what those opportunities were. Gouveia claims she and Prince Andrew had sex 3 times and said she was also made to service Epstein. Ugh, poor girl. Royal Central website editor Charlie Proctor tweeted Saturday that the interview was a plane crashing into an oil tanker, causing a tsunami, triggering a nuclear explosion level bad. And yes, man, it really was bad. I'm gonna put a link to the full interview in the description for you. Just if you have time, it's kind of lengthy. It's like, I think it's around 45 minutes or something like that. But if you just have random time where you want to see a very cringy event, take a look at it, because all it does really is bring even more questions to mind. It doesn't help settle a dang thing. In July, Epstein, who was reported worth more than $550 million, that's a lot, was charged in the Southern District of New York with sex trafficking of minors and conspiracy. In the early hours of August, he was found dead. Which, of course, that in itself was and is a giant thing, because we have like pathologists and autopsy people. They're all going back and forth. Some say, most are saying he probably did not kill himself because of the way the thyroid bone or whatever, the hyroid, whatever it is, was broken, and this, that, and the other. Tell me if it just keeps getting weirder. It just keeps getting stranger and stranger. Another strange thing with this that just happened. Jail guards at the time of Epstein's death reject a plea deal. That's kind of a big deal. That's not getting a whole lot of traction. Usually, it goes on to say that they're obviously thinking of filing some type of criminal charges over his death. But I want to know what these jail guards know, because usually you don't reject plea deals because that's going to be as good as it gets for you, when it comes to charging you. So most people don't reject plea deals because everyone's trying to get the minimum thing they can possibly get. So for them to come out and reject the plea deal, it's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. And it brings up just more questions. It's like, okay, well, if you claim that you were asleep, they're claiming really that they falsified documents. Well, considering the cameras weren't working in that particular place at the time, which was odd enough, how would they be able to be caught if they were faking things? There would be no evidence of that. So how would they? You see, this stuff's just crazy. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm going to keep following it just because it's so crazy. I mean, this is one of the wildest things that's happened since I've been around, paying attention to things. Besides the impeachment inquiry, that's pretty bizarre itself. But that's a whole nother ballgame. But yeah, I would love to hear your comments on this, because things just keep getting weirder. The fact that this highly esteemed PR advisor quits right after the interview, after being hired practically right before the interview, It obviously, there's stuff there that was said that this guy doesn't think he can defend. Either, like, for his client's benefit or for his own moral compass, Something's not right with Prince Andrew. And even, what was her name? Amy Robach from ABC had a whole thing that we've never seen and never probably will get to see. It's crazy. But as always, like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. And I will catch you on the flip side. And Epstein didn't kill himself.